What would you do if the people you once begged for respect now came crawling to you, only to insult the person who raised you? Would you swallow your pride for $1 billion? Or would you walk away from it all to protect your father's dignity? This is the true story of Elijah Brooks, a black tech CEO on the verge of closing a $1 billion deal, when a single humiliating moment changed everything. It's a story of deep scars, buried pride, and the unimaginable power of kindness. Elijah Brooks wasn't born into wealth. He was born into sweat, pain, and a father who cleaned floors so his son could reach the stars. Now 38, Elijah stood at the helm of Phoenix Tech, a $1 billion company he built from nothing. With every line of code, every sleepless night, he had one dream in mind: to make his father proud. But standing across from him now were the Aldersons, one of the richest white families in America, billionaires, old money, and owners of a global tech conglomerate. Elijah was about to sign the deal of a lifetime, until they made one fatal mistake. Inside a towering glass office overlooking Manhattan, Elijah stood sharp in a tailored navy suit, his team behind him. Across the table sat Charles Alderson Sr. and his son Grayson, the heirs of Alderson Innovations. The room buzzed with power and cold civility. The $1 billion merger was moments from being signed. But Elijah did something no one expected. He brought his father, Mr. Jerome Brooks, into the room. Dressed in simple workman's clothes, Jerome stepped inside quietly, humbly, hands still rough from years of labor. "This is the man who taught me everything," Elijah said, voice steady. "He deserves to be here." The room fell silent. Charles chuckled. Grayson smirked. "He brought the janitor." The room tensed. Elijah's jaw clenched. "No," Elijah said. "I brought my father." "Same thing," Grayson whispered, laughing. Charles leaned forward. "Look, Elijah, this is business. Let's keep things professional." The air thickened with condescension. Elijah looked at his father, who stood tall, pride bruised but unbowed. The room fades. We go back 30 years. A young Elijah, 10 years old, sits on the steps of a hospital janitor's closet, waiting for his father to finish mopping. The smell of bleach, the buzz of fluorescent lights, the soft hum of his father humming Sam Cooke's "A Change Is Gonna Come." "You tired, Daddy?" Elijah would ask. "Never too tired to dream, son," Jerome would reply. "We just gotta clean today so you can own tomorrow." Jerome gave his last dollar to buy Elijah books. Walked 5 miles to work when the car broke down. Fought off racism, humiliation, and despair, just so his son could learn how to hope. Back in the present, Elijah looked at the Aldersons with new clarity. "This deal, it's off," Elijah said. Gasps filled the room. His own team looked stunned. "You're walking away from $1 billion because of..." "What?" Charles said, incredulous. "Because respect is worth more. 'Cause my father is not a joke. And if you can't see that, then your money's not clean enough for my company." He stood. His father slowly followed. Charles rose. "You'll regret this. We made you." Elijah turned. "No, you ignored me. My father made me." They walked out. A silence trailed behind them. The press had a field day. Black CEO rejects $1 billion deal. Some called him foolish. Others called him brave. Back at home, Elijah sat with his father on their old porch. "Did I do the right thing, Daddy?" Jerome smiled. "Son, you honored me in a way money never could." A week later, something incredible happened. Elijah's speech went viral. Millions watched it. People began sharing their own stories of choosing integrity over wealth. A school janitor was offered a scholarship. A black student got mentorship after referencing Elijah in his essay. A single mother in Atlanta got funding from a viewer who was inspired by the story. A young coder named Amina from Detroit messaged Elijah. "Sir, I watched your video. I've been afraid to apply to tech jobs because of who I am. But today I sent my resume. Thank you." Elijah responded. Not with an auto reply, but personally. 2 weeks later, Amina walked into Phoenix Tech HQ for her first job. And then there was Marcus, a kid from Harlem. Homeless, hopeless. Until a kind stranger bought him a laptop after seeing Elijah's interview. Marcus would go on to build an app that connected unhoused youth with resources. It caught Elijah's eye. He invested personally. Months passed. Phoenix Tech soared. Then, one morning, an unexpected visitor. Charles Alderson. Lone. No entourage. No arrogance. "May I speak with you?" Elijah nodded, surprised. "I watched what you did. I've been thinking. My son, Grayson. He's no longer with the company. And I've stepped down." He paused. "I came to apologize. It wasn't smooth. It wasn't perfect. But it was real." Elijah nodded. "Apology accepted. But the deal?" "I'm not here for the deal," Charles said. "I'm here because your kindness. Your courage. It made me see my own failure." Elijah visited his old school, spoke to students who never thought someone like them could make it. He started a scholarship in his father's name, Jerome Brooks Youth Initiative. The first recipient, Marcus. As Elijah stood in front of hundreds of young faces, he said, "My father once mopped floors in this very school. Today we open doors." Can you imagine? $1 billion on the table. But Elijah walked away, to honor the man who gave him everything. Because sometimes the kindest thing you can do is say no to disrespect. This story reminds us, kindness isn't weakness. It's power. Real power. The kind that inspires others to stand taller, dream bigger, and be better. If this story moved you, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Share this with someone who needs to believe again. And if you think this was powerful, wait until you hear what happened when a homeless teen returned a lost wallet and found a family instead. Watch that video next.